Today is Monday, May 1st, and I did make a video last week because things are going a little slow and there's frankly just not that much new news to report. But things are going pretty well. So we're making some steady progress with electric. That's where all of our attention is right now. Last week we had a little drop off in the users, nothing too dramatic, maybe 30%. And what we realized is that all of our growth essentially is coming from, at the moment, is coming from App Store search results. So people are just typing in keywords and then they're finding electric and downloading the app. And just the rankings got kind of, they changed. And that affected some of our downloads. But then we kind of figured out what was going on, and then we made some adjustments as well, and things got right back on track. And both today's Monday, so Saturday and Sunday were both record days, and it's looking like today will be even a bigger day. So that's always good. So that's fantastic. Things are working well. And then with our big update that we're working on, we were running into one issue, and we think we know what's going to solve the issue. But the issue with solving this issue is that it's going to require some money. There's no real way around that. Nothing like too crazy, but it's going to cost probably like $1,500. And you know, we got to get $1,500 from somewhere. So we should be able to make it work. So, you know, $1,500, we can make it happen. But the issue is that we got reoccurring costs now, and every month then we have to sign a contract. So it's a little iffy right now how we're gonna make this all work, but we can do it. So, and we think that the update is really gonna help propel us to the next level, where we're really gonna have something quite exciting on our hands. So, with that being said, I mean, I don't know, like, maybe I should start reaching out to investors. I've got no fucking idea. But yeah, I'm very excited. I think we're going to handle all these things. I think we're really on the right track. I think we really got something cool here. And, you know, we're just got to figure some shit out. But we got a lot of work to do this week. We got to make sure everything works out. But I do think right now is the right time to start engaging investors and just being like, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, or following up with a lot of people that I have talked to in the past, and just let them know that we're coming. I don't know if I touched on this in the last video, but a question that has been coming across my mind a little more recently is whether or not it's a good idea to kind of basically how much money to raise, which, I mean, sounds like a really good problem to have, and it assumes that we can raise money, which is relatively a big assumption. But, so the reason why I'm thinking about that is right now we've got an interesting product, and just looking at the competitive landscape and what these other apps are doing, the one big competitor, there's like three similar apps that are ahead of us that do similar things, and the second biggest, it's called Cha-Cha. They monetize. They have in-app purchases, and their growth is, you know, they do pretty well. It's nothing that I don't think we can achieve. So it's like I think we can definitely get there. But they did, I think in March was the latest data. They did over $100,000 in sales, and just in that app store. So not including Android, which they have an Android app. So that's pretty significant. And I mean, just looking at all of our cost, I mean, we'd be able to pay everyone a very healthy salary and cover all of our, you know, operational cost, and still have a lot of money left over if we're making $100,000 a month. So, I mean, maybe we should go that route. I don't know. There's definitely pros and cons, because here's the thing is that we'll probably have to raise a little bit of money. Maybe it's $50,000, maybe it's $200,000, let's say $500,000 max, and that would be on like the keeping things small spectrum, where if we don't want to go too crazy and we just want to like build a really good product that a lot of people use, and we're able to make some pretty solid money off of it, and generate some significant cash flow. If we decide to go that route, I think $500,000 is the most that we'd raise. And the reason why this is significant is because if we raise, let's say, $2 million, then that starts putting us on the track of we really got to build something really, really big, because then our valuation will be probably, I don't know, let's say $10 million or, whatever. And then things start really, really, the expectations start getting quite high, because when the investors get their money back, they need they need to be a really big company. And if we're making him $100,000 a month or $500,000 a month, it starts like, even then it's difficult for them to get their money back. They won't be able to. So, or they definitely won't be able to get the type of returns that they're expecting. So, the basically is the amount of money that you raise will kind of dictate which type of route you end up taking, and there's pros and cons to each. Now, I think I'm more inclined to go the raise less money route, because theoretically, if you raise the less money route, where you only raise like $250,000, then you still have the optionality to go and try to be this huge company down the road, if you so choose to, and you can raise a bunch of money then or whatever. But the second you raise a whole bunch of money, then you no longer have the option to do something kind of smaller, and so you just have less options. Now, I've always wanted to make something really, really big, so that's not so much of a concern of mine, but it's also, it may not be the best path to making something really big. Cash flow is really, really great, and if you have an opportunity to start generating cash flow and being a sustainable, independent business, then maybe you should take that. That will, maybe in the long term, will be the best route to really making a really big long-term business, rather than just trying to, be forced to go, try to hit the home run right off the bat. So, I don't know. Those are the thoughts that are across my mind. We'll see. But, I just want to speed things up. It's looking right now that we know exactly what we got to do, exactly what we got to execute on, and we just got to make it happen now. And there's a few bottlenecks. Having a little bit more money would help speed things up a little bit, but it's not too much of an issue. It will make it happen. But yeah, I think we're really on the right track here, and we got some exciting stuff to come. So yeah, I'll keep you posted, and yeah. So I'm out.